What is good, you guys? It's your boy Randy Anderson with another episode of the Average Guy Podcast on the Average Guy Studios, man. And today we do like we usually do. We talk world entertainment news. I'll let you guys know what are some of the topics that we'll be talking about in like the next couple minutes. But before I do all that, what I want to tell you guys is to make sure that you guys go to the Facebook page and click the like button on the Average Guy Podcast so you can get so you can be notified whenever we go live. Also, what else? Also, on the YouTube channel, the Average Guy Studios, I need you guys to make sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit the little bell notification to let you guys know when every time we go live and every time we drop something new for you guys. So yeah, man, I'm your host Randy Anderson with the Average Guy Podcast on the Average Guy Studios, and I'm just waiting on two of my co-hosts. But before I let you guys know what the topics and stuff are right now, shout out to the top countries with the United States with 33. Shout out to Brazil. Shout out to Brazil, man, and shout out to Spain. So for the out of state and out of country listeners, what I want you guys to do, you know what I'm saying, is to make sure like you hit the inbox of either the YouTube page, which is the Average Guy Studios, the podcast page, the Facebook page, which is the Average Guy Podcast, or the Instagram page, the Average Guy Podcast, and let me know. Let me know who y'all is, man, so I can shout you guys out. That'd be dope. Top cities is Kansas City, Missouri. Well, shout out to KCMO. Shout out to Oak Grove, Missouri. Shout out to everybody there. And shout out to Turkey. It's a place in Turkey. I don't know how to say the name, but shout out to y'all. Y'all the real MVPs. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? All right, so the main topics we'll be talking about tonight are, hold on. Wait, what? Oh, all right. The main topics we'll be talking about tonight are Jeff Bezos. Him and his wife will be are going to split up. They're getting a divorce pretty much. And they'll be splitting $178 billion. I'm gonna give you guys my outlook on that. And hopefully my co-host will give you their outlooks on it as well. But yeah, that we're gonna talk about that. We'll also be talking about double standards from older men liking younger women and older women liking younger men. I'll try to bring up the picture on here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. If you don't follow me on Facebook, the Average Guy Podcast, and the Average Guy Podcast on Instagram, you won't understand what I'm talking about. What's going on? All right, and also, did I say the double standards? And would you follow a pastor? Would you still follow your pastor if he cheated on his wife? We'll be talking about that John Gray thing, you know what I'm saying? And I want to get everybody's opinions on that. So, yeah, man, hold off with me real quick. And let me get these people in here real quick. Let me make sure I can get them in here. I do apologize. What the hell is this? Hold on. Where's these? Boom. Yeah. Where am I? Yeah, all right. I'll be right. Well, I'm gonna still be here. So yeah, if you're in here now, just let me know that you're here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let yourself be known. Boom, boom. Let me see. And also, I think I'll let you guys know I had a number. Hold on. What is the podcast number? The podcast number is 816-944-0898. So if you have any questions or if you want to be a part of the podcast one day, I need you to lock that number in. Lock it in under the Average Guy. I'm saying you can send me a voice message and I'll get back to you. You know what I'm saying? You can let me know you want to be a part of the show and all that other stuff. So what's going on, big homie? What's going on? All right, so I don't know where they are right now. Hold on. I am waiting on notifications. Notifications to come up. I don't see none, big homie. Okay, what's good? It's Corey.
What's up?
What's good? All right. So Lawrence said he'll be here in a little bit, but we'll get started. All right, man. So Let's start it off with Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos and his wife, his ex-fiance, I should say, are splitting up, and they will be, they'll be splitting $78 billion. They'll be splitting $78 billion, and each of them will get 70 billion apiece. What do you think about this, Corey?
Shoot, I don't know. So what's the? Did they say what they're splitting for? Did they give any details or anything?
Uh, Okay, my bad. What happened was Jeff Bezos cheated on. I'm not even gonna say allegedly because it happened, but cheated on his wife. With some younger chick, and somebody I guess found out and was gonna expose him or whatever. So he got in front of it and just was like, "Yo, I cheated on you," and now they getting a divorce. $70 billion. She gets half of what he earned. So before I give my outlook on that, I want to get yours.
Jeff Bezos, man, Jeff Bezos. One thing I noticed, I worked at Amazon before, so I've seen a little bit. So I know a little bit about the guy. You know, not too much, but I got little information about the guy. One thing I did notice is, you know, he kind of previously, you know, when he first started off Amazon, you know, I think Amazon started in like shoot the late '90s or something like that. Started off as selling
Mm-hmm.
books, but if you look at them, then they got a little thing that shows his progression. Then he was like, you know, uh, little old welted up, little, you know what I'm saying, with the little glasses and everything like that, look like a little nerd and everything. And then they fast forward to, you know, present day, and they got Jeff Bezos. He got his, you know, bald, got the sunglasses on, and with a damn muscle shirt, you know, walking down the street like a badass. It's like he might have he finessed his way into the game, man. I, I don't even shoot, man. Jeff Bezos should probably be one of the richest men in the fucking world
He is.
right
Well,
now, man. He's
one
definitely
of two
yeah.
now,
What you
or three.
say?
He's one of three now.
Yeah. And so, man, I definitely ain't surprised by it. You know, ain't like Jefferson. You know, he just looked like one of those guys, man. He came up, you know, he feeling himself, shit like that, and uh, you know, that's the game of marriage, man. Especially when you get caught cheating and everything. I know it's fucked up. You know, getting taken
True.
half of everything. You know, you ain't work for half, but I mean that's their whole marriage game. Marriage is the contractual business, you know, on that side. When it comes to that paperwork and you're dealing with the legal system, you know, you really don't need a legal system to tell you that you're married. You know, that's an agreement
True.
based on word is bond. You know what I'm saying? Just all the stuff that goes through the legal system. That's just legal stuff to help you, basically like a filing status. And so, you know, once you break that bond or whatever, once you break that contract, and then he didn't get any prenuptial agreement or anything like that.
Nah. They were married for 20 something years, and they didn't have one.
Yeah, 20 some years, so she's really entitled. Say they really
Yeah.
gonna rule that she's entitled to that money. You've been fucking with her 20 years, you know, 20 years, and you done came up now. Look, that's just about as long as they've been around too. What I say about late '90s or so. So you know, Jeff Bezos he came up, he feeling himself, he fucking the hoes now, man. And so fuck that old bitch, man.
Hey, dog. All right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody my outlook on this. And
Oh,
some people gonna hate it, some people gonna love it. It's cool. All right, man. All right, y'all. They were together 20 years. All right. She wasn't okay. I'm not gonna say. Well, I am gonna say she wasn't with him shooting in the gym. She wasn't him putting in them long hours. Now she might have been around. Yeah, 70 billion. That's a stretch. It might be a little too much. Now 20 billion. I give up. I give up 20 billion. 20 billion is perfect number. We've been together for 20 years. 20 billion. $1 billion for each year we were together. That's good. That's good enough for me. But 50 might be a little too much. Now, if am I being a little greedy? No. In my eyes, I'm not, because I was the one putting in that work that this whole 20+ years to build Amazon up to what it was. You know what I'm saying? So just like when Kobe got caught with his finger up a butt and he was finna lose his wife because he was cheating a lot, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? And Rick Ross was like, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym because she was finna get half of whatever he got. Hey man, all I'm saying is what my old heads once told me, it's cheaper to keep her. Hey, it's cheaper to keep her. You could just let her know that she can have any young dude that she want on the side, and I'm gonna have what I want on my side. You know what I'm saying? If we want to do it like that, 20 years, there you go.
Well, she was actually she was with him when he was shooting in the gym. If she was with him all the way from then, you know what I'm saying, all the way from the start. What's up, Lauren? She,
was good.
Yeah, she was with him all the way from the start. See the only thing about that, like I said, they get married and everything, they get married to females or whatever, and there's really no real communication because people in general, you know what I'm saying, just don't know how to communicate, relationship or not. They don't know how to talk or keep her. And so, I think like as much as it seems unfair when, somebody's with you that long, you don't want to just be, because women get hit by this too. It's just not a men thing. It's just men typically are the ones that are the breadwinners, things like that. But I think it protects them, from situations like that to where, a man decide, hey, he don't want the pussy no more or whatever, whatnot, or don't. It's not even about pussy at that point, when it's marriage, you trying to, like I said, you trying to keep that bond. And when you enter it into the basically the corporate world or whatever, not corporate world, but the legal world, you're dealing with that, you're really dealing with a business. So it's to keep, one from just breaking that contract and deciding that they just want to run out on it. Well, it's going to be, if you don't handle your business in the meantime, in between time, you're going to have to, you're going to take a penalty. You're going to take a huge penalty, especially when you've been there that fucking long, you know what I'm saying? Nigga decide he want to just, do what he do. Hey, I gotta call it, as much as I want to be like, yo, fuck that chick and they put in that work and that ain't her money, you know what I'm saying? That's the side that I want to take, but you gotta actually look at the full spectrum and, the business side of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Don't fucking,
20 billion,
if you want to get married, just do that shit with a pastor or do something with a signed agreement between yourselves or something. Don't go through the legal system. But everybody, goes through the process. They want to go through the same process, and we're like sheep. You know what I'm saying? And then we want to get mad when we got to deal with the consequences. There's no can't no court marry you. You know what I'm saying? Officially. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a bond between two people that y'all just gotta hold y'all word on. Like I said, all that stuff that goes through the court, that's just to bind you legally. Through that, you might have some punitive damages, man. Because people benefit, you know what I'm saying? Men and women can benefit, you know what I'm saying? Legal, insurance and other different things, you can benefit from there.
You chopping up.
There's this, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you was choppy just then. Continue.
Yeah, nah, that's it.
All right, Lauren, what you got for us? We're talking about Jeff Bezos and his ex-fiancee. Jeff Bezos was worth $178 billion, and now his wife is getting $7 billion, and he's getting $7 billion. We'll get your outlook on this. What's good?
It's just money. It's just money. You know what I'm saying? If you need to go, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he's worth that much money, and he didn't make the choice to protect himself in the beginning, I mean, I don't know what he was thinking when he was a young guy, and what he wanted to be when he grew up. You know what I'm saying? But it's just money, man. I mean, if he's worth that much money, give her a cut. You know what I'm saying? And make some more money. If it's that serious to you, I mean, yeah, I mean, emotionally, you don't want nobody to take that much money from you, but the one thing we don't know is how involved she was in the business. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's one thing that we don't know.
True.
Is who knows what role she played in helping build him. You know, maybe she fell back so he could build himself up. You know, or so he could get big. You know, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of factors that come into play. You know, but we look at the dollar signs and we like, oh my God, that's just a lot of money. But when you talk to a billionaire about money, I mean, yeah, it's a loss, but they gonna look at it like I'm gonna get that back. She get herself 7 billion off of this, and that's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and start up another business and make my money back.
Right.
So whatever I'm paying her, I just make that up another way, you know. But I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money.
7 billion. All right, cool. This is where I'll be like, all right, cool. You keep that 70 billion. I just want to keep the 180 something miles of land that we got. I just want to keep all that. You can have that 70 billion. That's cool. Just give me all the land. Make sure I get my 70 billion plus all the land. We good, baby. You can keep one of the houses. Shit, you could buy your own mansion or 2 or 3 or 80. You know what I'm saying? You good. Just let me have all the land. That's all I want. And my 70 billion. And I'm keeping my Amazon. Nigga. You ain't touching none of that. You got your 70 billion. I got the land, 70 billion, and Amazon. We good. As long as we ain't touching none of that, we good.
Let me ask a question because I haven't done a ton of research about this. Was it an amicable divorce?
Yes, it was amicable.
He ain't worried about it then. He ain't worried about it then.
Yeah, he ain't stressed.
yeah, he ain't worried about it then.
What's for me and the other ones who don't know what that is, because I don't know what the amicable divorce is. What is that?
Basically, that means that, you know what I'm saying, there's no hard feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a clean split. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no hard feelings, no emotions. You know, it just didn't work. So we both agreed that this was the best thing for all parties involved.
Okay. Yeah.
So that would be, I mean, knowing that it was an amicable divorce, I mean, and who knows? I mean, you also have to look at this. Somebody's net worth is not necessarily how much money they actually got.
Right. So because we got to add liquid into everything.
Yeah, so his net worth might be worth, you know, he may be worth $70 billion, but when you dealing with the courts, they look in your liquid assets and your long-term investments. They're not looking at the potential. They're looking at right here, what do you have? This is what we're dividing.
Yeah, and also the late young lady he was cheating with, or he was getting with or whatever. She had a boyfriend or husband. Now he's the one that put out the text message of stuff like that. Of I guess her and Jeff Bezos texting back. She had Jeff Bezos AZ as Jeff Bezos' name for Amazon. So I mean, not discreet. You know what I'm saying? You as a young dude, we used to back in the day put like the asterisks where we met the person. Like if we didn't want to name them or if we didn't remember their name. I know this is gonna sound fucked up, but let's just say Mall Bay. You'll put Mall Bay, or you'll put Pizza Hut, Fat Butt, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? just like this is that person. I remember. Oh, okay. I remember that. I remember that person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She could have did that, but she ain't do that. But he was like, he's like, hey, her and him is done with. Now her and Jeff Bezos is good. But see what I would have did. I'd have been like, you know what? Hey, baby, you do what you do. I'm just gonna be here as long as you hit me off with a little bit of something. Hey, we both good, baby. We both good. You with Jeff Bezos. You bring in he giving us some money. That's cool with me. That is good with me, baby.
So you saying you gonna blackmail her?
Oh no, she can do whatever the fuck she want as long as I get a little something in return too. I'm good, baby.
You talking about the girl that Jeff Bezos was cheating with? You talking about
he talking about he talking about her dude.
Yeah, I'm
talking about her dude. Talking about if he was in their dude's position. Yeah.
That'll never lie. That'll never lie. So if that's his mindset, you better get it while the getting's good. Because I tell you right now,
a lot of cats are doing that though. You look with that love and hip hop, that whole gutter butt culture over there. That's the shit. That's what they do right there. Not to single out you ignorant Negroes, but yeah, that's what the fuck they do. That's exactly what they do. That shit, the reality TV and shit. Not to single out niggas, they all be doing that shit. But like I said, motherfuckers on that love hip hop shit. They out front with they shit. Like they don't give a fuck. So nah.
Yeah, and everybody just know I'm being somewhat sarcastic. Because that word did go through my head. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with everybody. All right, so man, let's talk. Let's talk about the double standards real quick. The double standards of older men liking younger women and older women liking younger men. I'll let you guys go while I pull up this picture real quick. Which one y'all want to go first?
I go first. There's something wrong with you. I just gotta be 100% honest, man. Like if you're a 90-year-old dude, I ain't gonna say 90. Just say you're a 60-year-old dude, but you attracted to 18-year-old females. Of course you're gonna be attracted. I mean, they pretty. You know what I'm saying? But for you to take the next step, like, I mean, come on, man. Like, you can find an auntie somewhere that's probably gonna be a better fit for you. But vice versa, I also feel like it's something wrong with it. Like, you obviously got something that a young chick will want for her to mess with somebody that old. So it's kind of it's kind of a catch-22 to a certain extent. Now, if you're talking about, I know you if you just the little 12-year-old with the old lady that you sent. Because he wasn't 7. He wasn't 17. He was like 12. But that's like Corey said. I think when he commented, that's statutory rape, like straight up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that lady done to warp that young man's mind, like she would just be as liable as a guy that did that to a young female. You know, personally for me, like, you know, when I see a younger chick with a older guy and she's like, I love him, I'm like, what's love got to do with it? Like, don't even front for the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, you in it for some ulterior motive, you know what I'm saying? You're not in it for love because really when you that young, you don't know nothing about love anyway.
True.
In all seriousness, you don't know nothing about love anyway. So, you know, you just long for the trips is basically what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, again, you know, it's definitely a double standard, but I think in a lot of ways we create that as men, you know, with our machismo. You know what I'm saying? You know, we create that thought, well, we can handle it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah. We can't handle that. No different than a young chick with an older guy. You know what I'm saying? But it's that machismo. You know, it's the same way when, you know what I'm saying, we don't want our girls to be deflowered, but when our son deflowers a chick, we high-fiving. Yeah. You know, we just not being honest with each other. We not being honest, you know. So, yeah, it's statutory rape, you know. Young girl, older guy, young guy, older girl. Statutory. No questions asked. No questions asked. I don't care what anybody says because a young mind is an impressionable mind.
Yeah, and I couldn't pull up the picture for some reason, but here it is right here. Ooh, if y'all can see it. So yeah, you can barely see it. All right, well, my bad, everybody.
I see it's kind of blurry on my end, but yeah,
I see. I can see it. I can see his baby chest.
All right, so if you guys could not see it, make sure you go to my Facebook page, the Average Guy Podcast. It'll be up there, and also the Instagram of the Average Guy Podcast. It'll be on either one of those platforms. You'll be able to see it. It was allegedly a 17-year-old boy impregnates a 33-year-old woman. So yeah, man, that's where this comes up, and it only came up like this double standard came up because I'm gonna say it, R. Kelly. But yeah, Corey, I'll let you go next. Go ahead.
Yeah, this shit, man, that was something that I used to think that, Lauren was saying is more like a machismo thing, but we bred to think like that thing is cool. That type of thing is cool. You hear about that all the time. You wish you could fuck your teacher. You hear people getting like an older chick, like, especially cats with money, they can get like an older chick and have a little young homie, hey, do this to Lil Man. You hear with Birdman and Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Lil Wayne even came out one time talking to Lil Twist and was talking about Birdman had a older woman come and suck his dick. That's molestation, like, because we look at it, so okay, yeah, men got dicks, they really, unless a woman's taking a broom and, shoving it up a little dude's ass or anything, like, not to be graphic, they really can't get, they really can't get penetrated. But where it causes the issue when you allow things like that to happen, you opening the door for it to be okay with the little dude when he gets older. You open that door. So when he gets older, he'll believe that he can mess with a girl that's young. You know what I'm saying? He can do something like that. And that's where that type of mindset comes from. If you listen to R. Kelly, he said it himself that he was molested. Now he was molested when he was about 7 or so. And they believe it was the older sister. Now, even more disgusting right there. But, they believe it was the older sister that did it to him.
Like
so it just
brings Fisher shit.
Yeah, on some Antoine Fisher shit. We seen that movie. We know what that did to Antoine Fisher. They was getting molested through his whole life. So yeah, it just opens that whole door. It makes it seem like it's all right. Little kids, they'll grow up and they say, hey, well, she was doing this when I was that age. Why can't I do that to her? What makes this girl any different? So you just opening up Pandora's box, and it's opening up even more because I didn't get to look much into this story, but now I see the shit about, a 10-year-old trans, a 10-year-old little trans boy, talking about as in is originally a fucking boy, but being a girl, but standing with a fucking a naked adult. Now I don't have the details or anything like that, but it's a picture with a naked adult and anything. And so now we going down this road, and I haven't heard any real true outrage. I've seen as far as mainstream media and things like that, because they're trying to make shit like that normal. But this is the Pandora's box that we're opening up now, and that's just you opening the door and leaving the door open for more molestation. So it's not all right. It's not all right for us to do that for a woman to do it either. She should be charged in the same manner that R. Kelly is. It's why we got to stop excusing shit that women do. We got to hold them the fuck accountable, because they're the other side. We can't hold them accountable. You'll never be able to have the household back. You'll never be able to have the household back because, one side, something happened to the man, to a dispute. We keep talking about no fathers and this shit right here, but, shit happens sometimes, and sometimes there just won't be fathers. People lose lives, men go to war, you got to go out, get the money or whatever, or just whatever it may be. It may be a dispute, but there's still a grown-ass adult in the house. So they have to be held accountable. They have to be held accountable so they can hold their kids to a higher standard. So them just saying, you know, I was a woman, I was a dude, you know, he's 15 years old, he's a minor. His mindset's not even in that. His mindset's not even in that state. Hasn't even grown. Now, personally, I want to get into that mindset because personally, I say if you 18, you ready. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how old. You know, it could be a 60-year-old now. A lot of times there's a sign of mental illness when you see a not mental illness, just something, you know, looking for some, I don't know, man. You know, it's they not all the way there. There's something that, you know, is missing in their life when they that old, messing with, you know, somebody 60 or, you know, almost 50, 40 years old messing with an 18-year-old, because what can they really offer you mentally? But it's
Are you talking about the older person has a mental illness, or are you saying that the younger person?
Nah, we're not gonna say necessarily mental illness, but something is missing.
There's something a disconnect.
Huh?
You're saying there's a disconnect somewhere.
Yeah, there's a disconnect somewhere. There's definitely a disconnect, but I won't fault there because, like I said, I think that's legal. If we want to go to age, anything, what would be the proper age? Because I mean, when you think about it, a lot of people don't come into actual, you know, the brains are still forming, and they're not really fully formed until they about, what, 25 or 26. So even within, you know, 20, 22, 23, you know, it's like, you know, it's still mentally fucked up. It's a learning process, even when that little gap of time. So I'll give 18, you know, you can wait, you know, but don't be fucking with no 17-year-old or anything like that. I think that's, you know, even though, you know, if it's about to be 2 months or anything like that, it's like, just wait until they turn 18. Or, you know, there's plenty of women, there's a new batch of high schoolers that graduate every fucking year. You can't wait till they just turn 18. You can't wait till they turn 18. They're of legal age. You know what I'm saying? Just do that. For real. That goes for men and women, because we talking about, you know, like I said, even from 18 to 19 and everything, they still out of their mind. But like I said, there's got to be some cutoff point to where, you know, it's allowed and everything. Because like I said, if that was the case, they should make the fucking cutoff point fucking, like I said, 26, 27 years old until the motherfucker really got in his right mind. But, you know, about 18 or so, yeah, anything other than that, you know you're really dealing with a child, and they haven't experienced the world. They're supposed to be in school. You know, kids now, you know, not nowadays, but, you know, kids, you know, be skipping and, you know, doing their own thing, you know, especially when they get up in age. But they supposed to be in school around that time and really haven't experienced life like they, you know, really supposed to. Even if you been on the streets your whole life and shit like that, that's the streets. It's still a level of maturity that's still to be gained out in the world that the streets cannot give you. You know what I'm saying? You learn a lot of street smarts, you learn a lot of game out there. It teaches you and can breed you in certain ways, but it's still a level of maturity and different things that you just can't learn out there because of the mentality of the streets. The mentality of the streets is to you know, basically get money and get over. You know what I'm saying? And so that, you know, you can't really take that, not really a good virtue that you can take into life and have a successful life, you know, trying to get over on your partner or whatever it is, or trying to take a shortcut out of every situation. So now you're dealing with minors. So yeah, you got to hold women to the same exact fucking standard, because all you're gonna do is it's gonna turn back around. Like now, I still don't think it's because, you know, there's levels to shit. So I still don't think it's necessarily as bad. But man, throw them all in the same pile as, you know, all the pedophiles and shit. Throw the women in just with the R. Kellys too. You know,
he wasn't 17 though.
Huh?
He wasn't 17. He was like 12.
Yeah, 12 years old. You're 12 years old, 15 years old, all that. You know, And the lower you go back, it just, you know, we like to, you know, throw everything in the same thing, but the more you go back, it just makes it even fucking worse, you know. Even in the eyes, I even say, and even in the eyes of fucking with little girls, like I said, it's all fucked up. But you know, for fucking with a 16-year-old versus fucking with a 12-year-old girl, this fucking with a 12-year-old is even fucking worse. It's all bad, and you should get a statutory rape charge put on you. But fucking with a 12-year-old is even fucking worse, you know. So, and it's the same with women. So yeah, that's a double standard. That's one of those things that it's another thing that we got to kill the stigma. We got to kill the mindset. We got a lot of work to do when it comes to the converting the mindset of just people in general, you know what I'm saying, especially in the Black community. So we can that's the only way shit's gonna get cleaned up. They can pour as much money as they want to into it and do whatever, but that's not gonna change nothing until the mindset changes. Like I say all the time, I quote Gil Scott-Heron, the famous poet and musician, that the revolution will not be televised. That means it'll start in your mind, inside you, start with you. So
okay, all right. Well, I guess it's my turn, guys.
Go ahead.
All right. So now, as I turned 28 this last year, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love older women. I've always loved older women, especially when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Now, we also got to take in the point that these teachers these days, these teachers be fucking these students. All I'm saying is, you said what?
Pedophiles.
Yeah, we can call them pedophiles. And I'm just over here like, damn. Because some of these teachers be fine. Now, this is going to sound ignorant as shit. I know. It is fine, good, and dandy. I am a level of good and a level of bad all in one. And I live in the middle. I got a nice little mansion in the middle. But yeah, now these teachers be fine as shit. And I just be like, why do y'all fucking these little kids? There's grown ass men out here that I'm pretty sure that y'all probably say is pieces of shit and can't provide for a man, but y'all mess with little kids. I'm confused. I'm confused on that. Now, when I was talking about the teachers back in the day, I wish a couple of my teachers would have hollered at me. I'd have been like, shit, what you mean? I was in photo class. Shit, you know, the dark room. All right, we're not getting no story times. But shout out that little blonde haired teacher. Yeah, one of the only blonde haired teachers I trust. Only blonde haired white girls I trust. I'm be honest. Okay. Second. That's it. Wait, what? All right. Shout out to you on Twitch. Me ma'am 66. Shout out to you on Twitch. All men are gay because they were all in a PP at one point. All right. Shout out to you, you know what I'm saying, for joining the conversation. But yeah.
Shout out to the trolls. That's what's up. Shout out to you. Shout out to the troll niggas. We acknowledge you motherfuckers too. Yeah.
All day.
Come under to thy bosom and shit. Come on. Yeah.
All right, but yeah, all I'm saying is, man, we have to look at women the same way as we look at as this dude R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these older women do be taking advantage of these younger men. And as a man, I was always taught and grown up to be like, yo, if the older woman hit on you, that's what you go for. You know what I'm saying? That's like a badge of honor. That was a badge of honor when I was younger. Like, oh, what? Oh, she what? She like 6 years older than you? Oh, dog, you living it up. She got the whip. She might got a crib. What you mean? You in there? But now that I look on it, I'm like, shit. That was a bad thing. Was that a bad thing? But then as a grown ass man, I'm over here thinking like for my nieces, for all my nieces and my daughters and shit like that. All my daughters and shit like that. I'm just like, dog, I don't want nah. An older dude come up and try to holler at one of my nieces. We're gonna have big problems. We're gonna have big problems, dog. I'm swinging, I'm hauling off on whoever. Like I don't care I don't care how old you is. You know what I'm saying? If you trying to holler at my niece and she's younger than you, I'm like, dog, nah. I'm gonna be like Martin and Will Smith on Bad Boys 2. You know what I'm saying? Nikki, you look 30. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be me. So yeah.
Even if she's like 18 to 19, because me personally, if she like 18, 19, 20 fucking years old, even a little bit older than that, you got somebody who's now I won't say 30, probably like I don't know, it depends on the guy. I don't know. It depends on the situation, but yeah, fucking 40, 35 years old, something like that. I'm gonna be like, hey, what's going on with it? Why can't you find nobody, you know what I'm saying, your age, you know? Like I said, a lot of guys like find the girls that young. A lot of guys do it because just where they at mentally. You know, they still, you know, those girls come out, the eyes is wide open, eyes and nose wide open.
Right.
They'll go for anything, any game that you give them. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you get a woman that has experience out there, she ain't gonna go for your bullshit. So you're gonna go for a lot of people go for the easiest traveled path. So that's exactly what it is.
The path of least resistance. I was just getting ready to say that, especially when you talk about polar opposites. Let's say you got an 18-year-old and a 60-year-old or something like that. It's the path of least resistance, and some people always want to take the easy road, you know. So I mean, it makes sense, you know. If there's no challenge in, you know, the chase, it's easy, you know, and that's really on both perspectives. It's really on both perspectives. I mean, think about, you know, a young female, you know, with an older guy, she ain't gotta work hard. You know, he's already pretty much got everything that he's ever really wanted out of life. All he wants is the companionship. That's easy. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You take the older guy with the younger chick, or, you know, if you want to say an older woman with a younger guy, either way you spin it, you know, it's like, okay, well, you know, I don't have to answer to him. I don't have to answer to her. I'm way older than him, you know, and you run into a lot of respect issues that way. But the thing is, most young people aren't smart enough to realize they even being disrespected, you know, because they ain't there yet. You know, they're just not there yet. So, you know, I think that's why you kind of see, you know, that from time to time. You know, I mean, it's not a super common thing, you know, and then it just depends on age and stage. I mean, like, you know, if you're 35 and he's 45, you're probably at the same point, you know. So a lot of it deals with age. When you have wide gaps, or maybe you have somebody under the age of whatever, you know, that's a problem. But when you have somebody that may have a 12-year age gap, but they're both older adults, you know, it's different, you know. I mean, 18 shouldn't be the cutoff. That's just legally what we've made it. And I think you have to be careful when you start talking about legal stuff, you know, because, you know, yeah, my daughter 18, so she's legal, but you're 40. So
right, yeah.
I ain't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling that. But I will say this: if you rear your kids up right, your 18-year-old daughter's probably not gonna mess with a 40-year-old dude. I'm just saying. In most cases, if you rear your child up right and you show them what an effective relationship looks like, that's why it's important to have both parents either in the home or some semblance of that, because that's what your child sees. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at their two parents, and that's how they're basing relationships. That's their first basis of a relationship. And so, you know, I think a lot of people forget, you know, kids watch everything that you do. everything that you do. They watching you like a hawk. They're a hawk. They're learning. They're picking up your innuendos, all those type of things. And so, you know, got to be careful what you're showing. You have to be careful what comes out of your mouth, what you spew out of your mouth, because kids take that and run with it, and that's how they form their thoughts. That's how they form their thoughts.
Man, that's so true. That's so true. I mean, so I know we said it probably before, but we got to put a strong emphasis on that. Kids soak in every fucking thing. Yep. You want your kid to be successful and not go down the same path. You gotta be on the. It's work. It takes work. It takes mental work. You know, you can't just be doing what the fuck you want to do. Yeah, like I said, we always take credit for our kids' success, but we never take credit for our failures, and we never recognize the things we do, the things that we may think are harmless, or, you know, the little motions or just whatever the fuck it is. Kids pick that shit up, and we ruin them from a young fucking age. But yeah.
Yeah, but he was 12. I'm just saying, he was 12. Damn it.
Yeah, 12 fucking years old. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a little chest.
He might have been able to fucking handle it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, see that opens up the door. That's what men understanding. If you dispute what the fuck I'm saying, hit us up, put your comments up, but you better make some fucking sense. Like I said, this opens the Pandora's box. It opens up the door up to where now the men are going to start imposing the same thing onto the young girls. They're going to take that same mindset to what was done with them because it's looked at as normal. And like you said, kids pick up those things. So they're going to do the same exact things that was done to them because that's life for them, you know? Gotta hold people accountable for their actions, especially women. And women, y'all got a problem with what the fuck I'm saying? Hit us up too. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know women. I know how women and shit like this. And who the fuck are you? Blah, 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 blah. Not to say there's all women. Not women. No, women understand. You know, little girls. Like I said, there's a difference between a man and males. There's a difference between, you know, women and little girls, and women and females. So, yeah. Now, women understand.
You know that's a derogatory term now. Females is a derogatory term.
What's the derogatory term?
Females.
That's females. I heard somebody else say, "Now you can't say female." That's like calling it an object or something like that. I don't know, man. Fuck
they was trying to crucify me.
Yeah, but male isn't.
Wale said it best. You say you call a bitch, a real bitch is gonna respect you.
Yeah.
Yep. Straight up. And what are you? Female.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know. Yeah. Sorry, I mean, we're males. Are we supposed to get offended when you call us a male? I mean, out of here.
Yeah. So what I want to say, another thing I want to say is before we bounce off of this topic, we have to make sure that make sure the person that you're picking is the person you're gonna stay with. You know what I'm saying? Because kids pick up on that. If you love and you've shown love and affection to your significant other, you know what I'm saying, in front of the kids and everything else, the kids pick up on it. That is something that the kids will look for in their partner, in their future partner. Somebody that loves and love and affection that you treat your wife with and that you treat them with. If you're not showing them that and it's all violence and shit like that, hey, your girl's gonna go for a bad boy and be fuck around and get beat. Honestly, to be honest with you, she mess around and get beat sometimes. So I mean, because I've seen that in multiple different females that I've talked to, and I'm just like, why do you like just me being an average dude? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, why are you allowing this to happen? You know what I'm saying? And literally, the 6 out of the 10 of the people that I've dealt with was like, my mom got beat when she was when I was little. My dad was beating my mom, or my mom's boyfriend was beating her and beating us. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was just normal. So we can't normalize shit like that. We gotta reverse this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm just an average guy with a podcast, man.
Yeah, because you said because the females was beating they kids or something.
No, the male was beating the kids.
The male was beating the male was beating the kids.
Was beating
from
the
the
kids
female
and beating the
that she
mom.
was
Yeah. Like
from the females.
Yeah, they were all
Okay.
getting beat. Like the mom was getting beat and the kids was getting beat. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And she said it was acceptable because that's what she went through when she was younger. Yeah.
There's factual correlation to that cycle repeating itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's factual correlation to shit like that.
Now, I thought what you were saying was they said they was fucking a bunch of dudes because they got beat. I was like, where's the where's the connection here? Okay, I follow you now. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. If y'all ain't got anything else on that, anything else on that, my bad. Yeah, we can move over to the next thing. All right, and Ocaron says back to the fields. All right, though, I don't know. Shout out to Twitch. Shout out to Twitch. We live on Twitch.
We all in the field.
I ain't no house nigga. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. They gonna like get in the field, nigga.
We all in the motherfuckers. We all in the field.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about your boy John, Pastor John Gray. But first, the question I want to propose to everybody is: if your pastor was to cheat on his fiance, would you still go to that church and would you still be a part of his whatever that bullshit is called, his cult? I mean, not cult. Okay, that's politically incorrect. His whatever that shit is called. But yeah, that's the question I propose to everybody.
Congregation. Congregation.
There you go. Cult. You right, cult. Right.
Cult. Yeah.
So, reason why, I'm gonna get you guys answers first while I'll pull up this this little clip real quick. All right, Lauren, you go first.
I go first. What question? What are we talking about? The pastor?
The pastor, yeah. Would you be a part of his congregation if you found out he cheated on his wife?
I mean, me personally, no, but it depends on what your moral standards are. Is how I would answer that question. What are your moral standards as it relates to marriage? Because some people, I mean, when you talk about swingers, when you talk about what you call it when you married to multiple people,
polygamous.
Polygamous, yeah. I mean, it depends on your moral compass around marriage and what that really is, what that really means.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not gonna get me to join your congregation even if you say, well, I'm just saying that right now. Nah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where, if you got a pastor that's preaching about being faithful to your spouse, and then he's creating that double standard, then that may be a pause for, a reason to pause for the cause. But as far as, if you cheating, then, it's all about the individual. I mean, I'd be interested to know how I mean, unless you saw it firsthand, I mean, if we're just talking about gossip and stuff like that, I mean, we all know what that's about, but yeah, I mean, this is one of the many reasons I don't subscribe to religion, in churches, is because, it's easy for a man of the cloth, you know what I'm saying, to create a double standard. It's pretty easy. I'll be honest with you. I mean, we hold pastors to a higher standard, and right, wrong, or indifferent, that's what we do. So when they make a mistake, they come crashing down our earth. The rest of us, we get to fuck up every day. But the pastors step out of line, and he need to be removed from the pulpit, all that type of shit. And so, Nah, I mean, we're all earthly, fleshly creatures. Uh, what he chose to do. I mean, that's between him, his wife, and his other chick, I guess. How do you know that his wife ain't with it? How do you know? I mean, there's a lot of questions that you can ask based around that question. I'm not going to your church whether or not you're faithful or you're unfaithful. So, I mean, but yeah, I mean, if you preaching it, then yeah, you probably need to get called out. But if it's something that you stay away from because you know you dirty, I mean, I don't know.
It's life. Corey, what you got for me?
Shit, man. Trying to, man. That's why you don't follow. That's why you don't follow man. That's why you don't follow what man does. Now you do want people who are reputable and good leaders that can set a good example for people to follow, because there's still the visual part is still needs to be handled. People need to see it out of you, good leadership. But we got to teach people to listen to words too. We got to teach people to listen to the words and listen to the things and take things into context. Because I mean, shit, if like I said, we hold the pastor to a higher standard, but people, the church is full of people fucking up. So you go up there, you want to go up there and give your testimony, or you the sister that's, or whatever, you a deacon or whatever the hell you are, you up there on the front row in the pulpit, then you out sucking the deacon's dick, or, or you fucking want to, whatever, man. You the deacon sitting up there, going doggy style, you know what I'm saying, in the fucking church basement, you know what I'm saying, when you're supposed to be preparing, the chicken and mashed potatoes down there, you know what I'm saying, y'all getting it in while everybody waiting to eat and shit.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I mean, humans fuck up. You're supposed to follow the words that they say. Don't follow the man, because man is very flawed in their ways of moving. But you got to follow the word. It's just like, and I think people hold these people. They hold the pastors. They turn the pastors into gods. It's just that's what happens. They turn the pastors into gods, and they figure, it's churches and really. Not all churches, but a lot of these churches, they aren't study sessions. It's to listen to somebody, that basically, like you said, a cult. Cult and religion goes hand in hand. It's not a study or a build, or like a cipher, as as they say. I don't know what group that is, but minds, you got somebody who has the knowledge, and so they putting out what they got, to the masses. But following somebody that'll lead you in that same road, that'll lead you to Jonestown. You're gonna drink that Kool-Aid. That's your ass. So now people should have learned from that. You listen to the words and you study the fucking words. See, that's where people screw up, is they don't study the word. They don't study the words that are given to them. They just take it as, the pastor said it, so that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so when the pastor fucks up, you're shocked, like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Whereas you pastor puts out what he puts out, and you study what he's saying, and now you internalizing it and breaking it down for yourself. So it don't fucking matter what the fucking pastor could be going to smoking crack at fucking night. You know what I'm saying? But his words ring out true. And like it's like Lauren said, how would you know? Did you see him do it or whatever? It's just it's a tricky thing, because like you said, you still want a good leader out there, but if he's really not putting it out and things like that, and that's not how he presents himself, and he may be doing that shit in the dark. It's not like he's doing, child pedophilia or anything like that, and they doing something like that. Yeah, fuck putting it out. They need to be stoning.
Nah, he's putting it in.
Yeah. They need to be stoning his ass. They need to be stoning his ass, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna recommend anybody, violence, send his ass to jail, but really they should be stoning the fuck out of him. Other than that, man, that's between him and his wife. You know what I'm saying? That's between him and his wife. Hopefully that's not the message that he's putting out, but if it's something that gets out around the church or whatever, it'd be best of him to just, stay, acknowledge that type of thing, tell him, hey, he fucked up. You know what I'm saying? He fucked up. But like I said, you don't want a leader that's necessarily want a leader that's sloppy like that, or somebody that's giving you the word because you want to see it visually. You want to, people need motivation too. And too many guys they don't take their positions, they don't take it responsibly. They don't understand that the responsibility that comes with the position that they got. So gotta hold them to a certain standard, but if you get all butthurt and things like that, because you thought the pastor was God or whatever, shame on you. Shame on you.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say that's the reason why the name of the episode is called False Prophets. Because y'all be worshiping some false ass prophets. You know what I'm saying? They be pretending like they can do the whole thing.
What would make
what you saying?
What would constitute them being a false prophet, though?
Preaching the word of quote unquote God, which we don't know if they can speak to a quote unquote God because we don't know if they're speaking to a demon or an angel.
Yeah.
Because they can say, well, God spoke to me last night. You don't know if that was God. You don't know if that was a demon. You don't know if that was an angel.
Or if you don't know, or you don't know if that was the drugs. You know what I'm saying? Or your own damn mind. Yeah, you don't know where it came from. But like I said, that's where the research. See, that's not on the pastor. That comes within the people. You can't be a false prophet if the people are on point. So I recommend for there to be more false prophets, so they can lead more people to drink some Kool-Aid, so it can smarten some of these motherfuckers up. Drink some of that Kool-Aid so we can get these dumb motherfuckers out the way. You don't go to anything. You don't take your parents tell you don't talk to strangers, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. It's for a reason, because they could tell you anything and they can lead you to their truck and they'll kidnap your ass. You should question everything that's given to you. You need to do your studying. You need to analyze situations. If you don't do that, you just going off taking the pastor's word. I mean, shit, you're gonna get what the fuck you got coming to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you looked at him as God, whereas instead of doing your own studying and research. So I promote false prophets. Get them on out there so we can, like I said, send some more people to Jonestown. I got the styrofoam. I'll buy the styrofoam cups. You know what I'm saying? I'll buy the powder too. Fuck it. I'll buy the powder too, man.
Don't kill nobody.
Get the motherfuckers the fuck out of here, man.
All right. And the reason why this question came up is because Pastor John Gray, and this is what happened. Hold on.
Oh, John Gray. Oh, this guy.
Can I hear this?
I can't hear it, Chris.
You can't hear it?
Damn.
All right. So pretty much what happened was Pastor John Gray cheated on his fiancé or his wife or whatever, and then went in front of his congregation or whatever, was telling everybody that he cheated, and he's blaming the devil. He's blaming the devil for him cheating, and the wife is talking about, I spoke to him and I had to curse that devil and that wench. I had to rebuke them back to the place they came from. And I'm over here like, nigga, what? Excuse me, say what? Hold on real quick. Shit. But pretty much But pretty much, yeah, man. I'm just like,
Hey,
how?
man. Hey, man, why do people be on the devil like that, man? Sometimes the devil just be in the corner minding his own fucking business, man. Hey, niggas blame the devil for everything. It's like, God damn, dog. Hey, I gotta defend it. Hey, what is the devil's advocate or whatever? I gotta defend the devil sometimes, dog. Y'all be putting too much blame on him, man. These niggas don't even be doing shit half the time. Nigga be sleep. You talking about the devil fucking made me do it. But these niggas just
The devil took over my dick.
made me cheat on my wife. Nah, that was some new pussy. Yeah. These niggas is crazy, man.
Let me see if I can find a louder version. Damn, nah, I can't. But yeah, man, I'm just like, dog. How are y'all blaming the devil for everything? The devil didn't just fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Take over your body. You know what I'm saying? He didn't possess you. Go to your dick. And then your dick was like, go to the new girl. Go to the new girl. And you was like, no.
That's probably how he sound too.
and what's fucked up, I know this is a sensitive time with R. Kelly, but he was like, my mind is telling me no. But my body is telling me yes. So I mean, like, what the hell? Like, we can't blame the devil on all your cheating and shit like that. And allegedly he had a baby by his side chick. And then this is the kicker. This is the kicker. Bishop T.D. Jakes came to his church because he has a mega church. As long as what's his name? Bishop T.D. Jakes has a mega church as well. And he, I guess, what's that shit do when they fucking put their hand on your head and they pretend like they getting rid of the demons out of you and shit like that? I forgot.
The anointing.
Yeah, the that anointing shit. He's like, yeah, I guess he did all that. Dude collapsed to the ground. You know how they be doing the shirt like, the devil, the demons coming out of me. You know how they be doing that, all that extra bullshit for no fucking reason. And I guess he was anointed. But I mean, your side chick is still pregnant and you cheated on your wife. And everybody's like, woo! It's saved again. Nigga, you were 40-something years old. You're supposed to be a man, right? But hey, I'm just an average guy with a podcast, man. So yeah, what's your thoughts on this? Morgan, I know you over there dying. What you got for me?
That shit funny. I mean, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start a church. I'm gonna start a church next week.
Yeah, man. I mean, we need to get that going immediately, man. Hey, you know they tax. Hey, you know they tax free too, man.
Tax exempt, baby.
Tax free.
Yeah.
You can get up in church, man.
So to all the good pastors out there, please ignore this. Please ignore this statement. But to you motherfuckers get in front of your congregation and getting your congregation riled up about your fuck shit, get out of here. Get out of here. Man, I watched this from beginning to end 5 times because I could not believe the shit that was coming out of his mouth. I couldn't believe it, man. I'm sitting here like, so you telling me that the devil made you bit that chick down? And I'm gonna tell you what really sent me to a whole nother place. It's his fucking wife. His fucking wife.
I'm gonna find a video real quick.
I rebuked that spirit. I went and I talked to that lady and I rebuked her and I was like, really? Really, that's what you did. That's what you did. I find that hard to believe. You rebuked her. Right? You put hands on her. That's what you did.
Yeah.
That's what you did. Cause I mean, did you see the antics of her taking off her earrings? I'm like, really?
Hey, you know that things like the $200,000 car helps too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh no, that was from my book. That was my publishing deal.
Yeah. Man.
Hey, no.
Man.
Now that's one thing I will support Pastor John Gray on. I do think people that give a message now, like I said, it's up for the people to scrutinize the message and look at it and examine, study. That's up to the fucking people. But if the person, I think those guys should get paid just as well. You know what I'm saying? You go up there, you do the studying and you preaching to people. You taking the time out to give the good word, which I do believe the Bible is a good word. I just think I will not think it is an altered book. The words are altered in it, but it has a lot of life lessons in it. I think it's just looked at in the wrong way. We're not looking at it as a book or a book of instructions or anything. We look at it as in hell, you got people that are scared to throw the fucking Bible on the ground. They think their house is gonna collapse if they do something like that. Not forgetting it's a fucking book of life. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's not a holy, some sacred holy book or something that's gonna go rising in the air and shining the light around itself. It's a book, you know what I'm saying, that's life instructions. It's based off, from the ancestors, you know what I'm saying, people that have lived through life. And I believe that's how God communicates, just like God communicates with us. I got into the Bible because I looked at the Bible and realized that it was on par with a lot of the thoughts that I was having when you really actually sit back and think about life. When you actually sit back and think about life and examine things and see well, what is the outcome to this if you do this, and things like that. Then when you read the Bible makes a lot more sense. But if you just reading it and just taking it as in, Zeus made Hercules and whatever, gave Hercules a thunderbolt to strike down the big rock monster and shit like that, you're gonna get bamboozled every fucking time, dog. You're not doing no research or really questioning hell, is this real or anything like that. So no, it's altered. But man, somebody like that, I believe he should get paid. These people get it fucked up because what they doing, they mad because when they're giving that money to the pastor, they expecting a return on it. They give their 10% and they expecting something back. I gave my 10%, so I should be blessed or something like that. Or what you doing with the money?
Something back. You got something back. You got that good word.
Got that good word. Now
word. And that good word is gonna lead you to their money.
Yeah, and he's building the church. I mean, it's not like they put money that he got them sitting in some fucking shopping center, so they're preaching out of some shopping center. Yeah. Nah, he got a big mega church. He's building. He's got a church. I don't know what his ministry does. Things like that. So people are just so quick. They see anybody with money, and it's like that's just black folk in general, man. Black folk don't like to support shit, man. Yeah, I'm calling you niggas that black folks. Y'all don't like to support shit. When white folks get out there, they donate for every fucking cause, anything they believe in. They put their money into shit. They put 20 million. I don't know if that was necessarily white people, but I'm pretty sure it was. You know what I'm saying? Put that 20 million into the fucking wall that Trump's trying to fucking buy. When they want a cause and they want something they done, they put their fucking money behind it. They not sending it to the fucking strip club or at the hair store. Yeah, I'm stereotyping and shit. They not. Hey,
I'm gonna say this shit. When I pay my tithes, in that on that little line where you can leave a note when you write the check, my note's gonna say, "May need this back."
Yeah. I need interest. I need interest on this. I need
My tax return.
a 300% return on this. I need interest on this.
Because
And
I
that's what
kid you
these
not.
people looking for.
I kid you not. I don't get mad at any of these pastors that have these mega churches, because if you're gonna keep writing that check, what do you expect? What do you
Yep.
expect? You know, so I don't get mad at none of these pastors, man. Hey, look, they are great salesmen. Great salesmen.
Facts. All
I mean,
facts.
that's just the truth to me. You know, my mom and I had this long discussion this weekend about the Bible and what it really was, and I said, Mom, the Bible to me is like chicken soup for the soul. It's what it is. You know, it's got some good shit in there, you know, to give you a moral compass, you know, to give you good life examples on how to lead your life and live your life. But I was like, it's not the only book out there, you know, and, you know, black people especially, we get so trapped into these religious potholes, you know. Ask a super black Christian about Buddhism, and they'll get upset.
Get upset. Exactly.
They'll get upset, and I'm like, have you ever read it before? Well, no, I never read that. My Bible over here says this, and I'm like, well, if you were to read it, you would see parallels in what you read out of your Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, that's why I always stay away from the whole religious stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I asked my mom straight up, I said, if the Bible's just this end all be all book, then how come you ain't really supposed to live by half of it? Like, what's the point of me reading the Old Testament if you
Yeah.
telling me that that's old and that's played out? Like,
It's
I'm
played out.
like,
Yeah.
I said, that's what to me uh, starts to question the credibility of the Bible. That's one. Two, the Bible wasn't written in English. I really need people to understand that. No language is translatable 100% into another language.
Yep.
No language. The Bible was not written in English. So there's passages within the Bible that probably don't interpret 100%. And so who knows what was really said? This is you just reading your little King James or your NIV or whatever the hell you want to call it, you know. But you know, studying is the key. You can go to church every goddamn Sunday, but if you don't study what you took out of that lesson and chew off the meat and throw the fat and the bone in the garbage, you just going to dress up. You go into a fashion show. That's essentially what you're
Yep.
doing. You
Yeah.
know, and like I said, man, with these shenanigans, this shit is shenanigans right here, and I really do hate this part of the church.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part of the church that I hate because I think that it fools people, you know, and I'm not for that. Like, if you truly for the people, you're not really trying to lead them astray. And I feel like shenanigans like this lead people astray.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you got, you know, these pastors that they do their hand like this and a whole row of people fall out. Like, what was it, a tornado or something? Like, you just ain't falling out from somebody doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, those are the shenanigans that I always stay away from. I stay away from
We
that.
need that nigga to say. We need that nigga to save the world, man. Go to the White House or some shit. Make some
Yeah,
shit happen,
yeah.
dog.
Yeah, he's
You
an extraterrestrial. If he can do that shit, everybody. Like,
fucking what's that movie? What's that movie? Will Smith, the super Hitchcock.
Hancock.
Hancock. Yeah,
Hancock.
it was like Hancock. Yeah, we need nigga, you a superhero. Shit, we need you work some of that, work some of that magic out here in the
Yeah.
world. Go out here, clean
Oh,
up
he's
the
a
damn
millionaire.
streets with that power or something, man. You know,
Right.
shit.
Right.
Yeah.
It would have made so much more sense for him to have a serious conversation with his congregation and say, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I had this pretty young little thing over here. I was not in the home. I'm traveling. I made a mistake. This is not who I am. This is not what I stand for. Please forgive me. As your leader, please forgive me. Like, don't go blaming other people for your sins. Like, that's like the, I mean, what do you stand in the pulpit for? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go blame other people for your sins. You know what I'm saying? But rather take accountability and make it something we can all learn from. You know, this is what I did. Let's have a sermon this week about being faithful or watching out for, you know, the traps that can get you caught up in situations that you should never been in. Like, use it as a teaching moment. Because that's what you are. You a teacher, you know, essentially, you know. And so, like, that's why I said, man, like, I see this type of shit, and I'll be like, fucking black people. Now, there are some white people that do this shit, too. I'm not going to act like it's just us. But it's a whole lot more us than it is of them. Like, white people go to church and be like, oh, I think the Chiefs game is getting ready to come on, so I'm going to go ahead and let y'all out this week. You know what I'm saying? Black people be like, oh, we don't care about no football. We going to praise the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We going to have another offering in 5 minutes. Choir, if you could go ahead and get your song again.
Do I got a story? Do I got a story for you niggas?
We've been here 4 hours. We've been here 4 hours. They ain't even got to the sermon. We done had 5 concerts. We done had a whole concert, passed the offering, played about 4 or 5 times. Like, damn, where's the sermon, man?
Hey, man.
I don't think with them
man. Yeah. Hey, I was watching this video. And they had a hula hoop team.
Hula hoop team.
You got entertainment. Pay us money. Keep it going around.
Wow.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, like, and I'm sorry, but if my lights is getting ready to get cut off this week, and it's between giving you money and my lights stand on, like, I'm gonna have to fill out an IOU because I ain't giving you money this week. You know what I'm saying? All that, I'm gonna go ahead and pay my tithes, and then I'm gonna have faith that the Lord is gonna come through for me. Nah, they gonna shut your shit off.
Shout out to the churches. There are churches out here that do great community work, that are still doing the work that was done, you know, like the churches were doing back in the day. There still are people that are doing
it. Do you know
far and few in between.
Yeah, and those churches are really small.
Yeah, I know, really small. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, those churches that have real outreach programs. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know what I'm saying, the pastor is only asking for money so that he can support his own household while he's still giving back to his community. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, I'm telling you, man, like, and don't get me wrong, you know, small churches got issues too. You know what I'm saying? Really, sometimes the same issue that the big churches have, because, you know, it's all about a show. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you might as well. What's the show with Ed the Man? Fucking Star Search, right? That the name of the show.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what half these churches are, man. It's Star Search. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The choir director dropping an album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it's our shenanigans, man. That's why
I say a nigga hold down, like I say.
Yeah, I do my very, very best to be respectful of religious people. Like, I do. I really, really do. But when you start to try to pass judgment on me, that's when I'm gonna light you on fire. Because I'm not the dude that you gonna start quoting Bible scriptures from. I've read it. I know them. But you're not getting ready to try to play me either. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people try to use the Bible for. to try to judge other people. You know, one of the most important fucking verses in the Bible, and I probably shouldn't say fucking in Bible in the same sentence, but one of the most important verses is judge not, or be ye judged first.
Yeah.
So I ain't here to judge nobody. Like, if I really truly care, I'm gonna try to uplift you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put on a show for you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, because you got other things to do with your 2 to 3 hours than listen to my concert if I'm not giving you anything that's gonna help you through life. You know, so I John Gray, you keep stealing money from people, and I'm not gonna say nothing about it, because that's between you and them. But these guys, but you and your man piece need to stop lying to the people too.
Oh, good. All right. Oh, God. Woo. So the only thing I want to say to like, what was you saying, Corey?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying something. All right. So the main thing I want to leave off on this little piece is, man, to just let you guys know that the Bible, what's the saying? The to the winner goes the spoils.
To the victor goes the spoils.
Yeah, to the victor goes the spoils. Yeah, I know that book's been changed damn near every year. Something's taken out and something's put in every year from a human, not your God, a human. But hey, I'm just average y'all the podcast, and that's how I view things. All right, so y'all want to get it off your chest, or do y'all have something else that y'all want to talk about real quick? I know you had something else, Corey, that you want to speak about, that the white dude that punched the girl in the face.
Oh, you want to go into depth on the next show? You want to do it now? Or we can go into depth on the next show.
It don't matter to me.
So I don't know.
White dude hit somebody in the face?
Yeah, let's go in. Let's go in on it on the next show.
Yeah,
all right,
there's a lot of outrage. So you haven't seen the video? The man, he cold clocked the 11-year-old. We're gonna put the race involved, because that's how it's been put out in the media. The grown ass white man cold clocked the 11-year-old black girl. You know what I'm saying? Driving. So yeah,
send me that.
Yeah. So yeah, we can go in and
some mayonnaise that Thursday. We're gonna get in some mayonnaise Thursday.
Yeah. I got some interesting thoughts on it, because I got some interesting thoughts on it. Now he has been. I just go vague into it. He has been arrested, which I do believe he should. He definitely needs not believe he should be arrested before it, but I have another interesting perspective on it. So we'll get into it. We'll get into it on Thursday.
All right, bet. What else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh, get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, good, bad, or indifferent. If you guys have anything you guys want to get off your chest now, now's the time to do it. Anybody want to start off?
Yeah, I do. I want to get something off my chest, man. Because with us doing the sports show and everything, I have to be diplomatic, so to say. I gotta do unbiased sports. Me doing the grit and everything, and I showed these guys a lot of love, but I gotta say, get it off my chest, man. Fuck the Chiefs, man. Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck y'all. It's supposed to be Derek Carr, man. Derek Carr was supposed to be the next big thing, man. Not this guy fucking Patrick Mahomes, man. This shit is real talk. I do like this shit though. I always like, man, it's fun seeing the Chiefs, even though I want their ass to lose because they are the rivals. I know a lot more about the Chiefs than a lot of Chiefs fans. I've been following the Chiefs since I was yay high. So I know the Chiefs' history. I watched them when they lost the playoff game in Indianapolis. That I actually watched that.
Which one?
Oh, my
Which
bad,
one?
yeah. Which one? Nah, the first one with Jim Harbaugh, the 10-7 game, man. I've been there for all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I it's always been fun watching the Chiefs. I like seeing what they doing now, but man, fuck them guys, man. You know, I really wish it could just be a draw. You know what I'm saying, or something. But I don't know. They ram helmets into each other on the kickoff and knock each other out, and they all get rendered unable to play for the Super Bowl, and they just make the NFC Championship game the bowl, because I don't want to see the Patriots or the Chiefs go there. So fuck y'all, man. Fuck y'all for real.
Hey, don't his daddy look like somebody's Uncle Larry though?
Who?
He do.
Patrick Mahomes. Patrick. Hey, you know he's still getting the pat down. Every time he walk in the stadium, they giving him the pat down. Shit. Who are you? They got to do that double look. Hey, hold on. Who you?
You too last game. What you mean?
Mahomes' daddy. Like, hey, they got to confirm. They got to confirm every week. Make sure, yeah. Shout out to them guys. Shout out to the Chiefs, though, man. That's cool, man. That's a good look for Arrowhead, huh?
And like, they got to FaceTime Patrick Mahomes. Like, Patrick, is this your daddy? Yes, my father.
That's my dad. That's my dad. Yeah. I ain't got nothing to. I probably was gonna go into that John Gray and the money situation. I might add something else, but I ain't got nothing else. I just talk, like I said, talk about the Chiefs. I'm excited. Get to see some Arrowhead football. I do like watching the playoffs at Arrowhead. It's always an interesting game going on at Arrowhead in playoff time. It's never a dull moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be fun this weekend. I like watching.
It ain't gonna be fun. It's gonna be cold as shit.
Boy,
it's gonna be cold as shit.
Yeah, negative or no, that's Saturday. Sunday is supposed to be 5. Saturday is supposed to be -5.
Yeah.
I'm cold, nigga. Yeah, so Lauren, you up next.
Man, get it off my chest. Oh. Man, you know what? It's what I'm gonna say, man. It's what I'm gonna say. Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs, damn it. Damn it, we gonna win. We gonna win all this shit, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
All of it. Hating on the Chiefs because your boys is going to Vegas with pretty eyes. Pretty eyes going to Vegas.
Oh boy. You can't even say that.
Hey, I bet Derek Carr could probably be getting a lot of bitches though, because he got some pretty eyes. I ain't even gonna fuck with
him. He got them Aryan eyes, them pure blue.
Yeah.
The Aryan.
Yep.
Shout out to Mahomes. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be so. Even if they don't win this fucking year, shit, the Chiefs are gonna win the Super Bowls. They're gonna win. They're gonna win one eventually. You know, not this year though.
It's gonna be this year, baby. It's gonna like I said in the sports talk with the average guy every Monday 9 o'clock. But yeah, like I said on that on our sports show. Hey, boy, we looking for revenge. We're going to knock the Patriots off. Then we're going to be going against the Rams for the Super Bowl, baby. And we're going to knock the Rams off. Revenge.
We'll see.
Lauren saying no. What you got for me?
Nah, I don't think the Rams are going to win.
Kansas City versus the Saints.
You wasn't there yesterday. Yeah. So
that's right.
I think the Rams are going to take that one. I think the Rams. I think the Rams might take that one.
You're a Raiders fan. We don't. Take what you say with a grain of salt. With a grain of salt.
Little salt, baby.
All right.
Yeah, man. I guess it's on me real quick before we get out of here. The only thing I gotta get off my chest is to all the, I don't know who it is, because every time they comment, I'll read it and then they'll delete their account. But to that person, was mad at me because I was defending the young women on our me with Lauren I think it was last Monday or last Tuesday's show. Last Tuesday's show with talking about R. Kelly and shit like that. When we was talking about R. Kelly, I was defending the women and stuff like that. So, dude was like, "You're a coon. You're defending. You should be defending our legends." Da 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 da. I'm like, nigga, the fuck? Wait, what? I'm highly confused. He's like, "You're taking the women's side. You shouldn't be taking the women's side. You're a man. I was like, yo. I tried to click on the profile, but the profile didn't exist anymore. And I'm like,
look, of course.
Look.
What?
Look.
We welcome all the trolls.
There is nothing defendable about R. Kelly. Like nothing. I don't care. I know this may sound relatively insensitive, but I do not care that he got molested when he was a boy, and so he just thought it was okay to just fuck with anybody he wanted to, at whatever age. That does not excuse his actions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is where, again, especially as a culture, we have to do better. Like, stop glorifying these dudes because they've done good things too. I mean, yeah, there's a balance. I mean, look at Bill Cosby. Yeah, Bill Cosby was slipping some in they Jello pudding snacks. I think that's obvious. Now, has he given a lot to the black community? Absolutely. But wrong is wrong, man. Wrong is wrong. And we have to do a better job of not glorifying people so much that when they make a mistake, it's the end of our world. You know what I'm saying? Our life is supposed to go on. You know what I'm saying? And really the truth of the matter is that when you celebrate celebrity like that, you miss the everyday people that are investing everything that they have back into trying to build the communities up, in a more organic fashion. No money, but more about the principles that you put inside of people in order to create change inside of them. Like Corey said, it's not about money. It's really not. What it's about is your mindset. Like I said, Jeff Bezos don't give a flying fuck that he's having to give up so much money. Why? Because his mindset is, I'm gonna get that money back. Every dime I give her, I'm gonna get that back. So it's about what's in your head, what's in your spirit. It don't have nothing to do with how much money is in your pocket, man. Because you can be a broke fucking bum, but you could be smart as shit. But that you're not concerned about money. Like, that's why they say money is the root of all. The love of money is the root of all evil. Not the money, but the love and the chase of money is the root of all evil, because it drives you to do shit that you wouldn't normally do. And in our community, we've chasing money so hard and running in the brick wall after brick wall. Fuck a wall to block out fucking Mexico. They got walls here built to block us out, and we not. It's God damn it. I'm opening up a church next week. God damn
it. Pastor Jones. All right, so yeah, man. On that note, you said what?
I do want to say this. Hey, I do want to say this. Y'all tell me what you think. They need to keep the damn government shut down. Keep that thing shut down. That might that might hit my own damn family. But me personally, that might hit my household, because my wife's the government, works for the government. But I think we need to really.
And that's my only thing. Like, I don't care about, but when it affects people's pocketbooks, And here's my thing. Hold up.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna pay the workers, you don't make no fucking money either. That's my issue.
That's true. Definitely, that's the
That's my
yeah, that's
issue.
definitely
If
true.
you're not gonna pay them, then don't pay yourself. That's all.
That's true.
That's it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I know people that don't have jobs right now. You know what I'm saying? What they call it on a furlough, I think is what it's called. They're on a furlough.
And a lot of people aren't even getting that furlough. A lot of people aren't even getting paid at all.
Yeah. So I mean, again, when you put your trust in man,
that's not to blame the people. I think this is just something that we just as a people just may have to go through, or we may got to witness. Hopefully this gets worked out, but we definitely got to learn. We definitely got to learn from this. We got to, even me, this is me, I'm culpable in this too. Like, we got to learn how to survive without, you know what I'm saying, without depending on, the government or somebody to hand a job. Like, you got to create our own jobs, with what we can do, or put our own faith in our own communities, you know what I'm saying, on our own communities. And that starts with building, changing the mindsets in the community. You can't do nothing if, you know what I'm saying, you allow poison to go around. But we wouldn't even have to worry about this. I see I was talking to a guy, man. He's got a friend of mine, man, at the job, man. He has a mobile detailing business. Hopefully I'll get him on the show one day. But he got a mobile detailing business, and he was having trouble, finding somebody, to help him with that, because a lot of guys, man, they get on there and they think they're entitled to more than than what it is. They think they should be making as much as the owner. You know what I'm saying? Let's go half and half, or let me see it and I'll go do some details and we can split them. They always trying to go half and half, not realizing, shoot, he's paying these guys almost $20-$25 an hour independently. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's things like that. He's going into business himself, and he's employing people and giving them more money than what they would make on a normal everyday job. But we're not looking at it like that. We jumping the gun, and now we trying to get half of. How come I'm not making half as what he's making or whatever? Because you're not the owner. You're not the founder. Right. It doesn't fucking work like that. So we can't even get those things, we can't even get that type of mindset down. And now, so, but we don't go questioning the people at the job like that. Ain't nobody going up to Jeff Bezos asking him, oh shit, I put this box on the floor. I unloaded that truck. How come I'm not getting half of your money or some shit like that? It's crazy, dog. Like, so now we got to get that down and understand that, hell, man, with a good bartering system, things like that, just figure it out. Like, I don't have all the answers, but there's ways to get around this shit. You can work for yourselves. We just got to have discipline. We got to have discipline. What do you think these farmers markets are? These guys, these people are working for themselves. They're controlling the market. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to put value and use the resources that we got. And like I said, hopefully they can get this resolved, because people need their money. But this should be a hard lesson to just everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody nationwide. That you got to you can't trust in man. Lauren said it perfectly. You can't trust in man at all.
Yeah. So for all y'all waiting for your income tax check.
I just wanted. I'll probably say this. I'll probably say this off here. Yeah, I'm gonna say this off here. I'm not gonna incriminate myself. But yeah, man. With all that being said, I just want to let everybody know in the links in the description below, the Average Guy Podcast on Facebook, also on Instagram, the Average Guy Podcast, or you can hit my personal Instagram. It's Randy_Ace. But Lojo talks, man. Lauren, tell them what it is about.
And Lojo speaks, man. It's all things fatherhood, man. Come one, come all. Fathers, mothers, sons, daughters. We rebuilding the families. You know what I'm saying? We're rebuilding families. You know what I'm saying? One fiber at a time. So come check it out. We have I'll have different guest speakers. Dropping daily words of motivation. You know, we'll have a lot of good resources out there to reconnect families, to help families grow. You know, it's centered around fatherhood because the father is supposed to be the head in most homes. But you know, if you're not connected to your babies, get connected to your babies, man, because you know the sins of a father doesn't need to extend to his offspring. So, you know, you can always change. You know, it's never too late to step back into the lives of your children, man. You know, that's what blood is all about.
All right, that's Lojo. Lojo speaks, man. Now, Grit Sports and Media for all your sports needs. Corey, go ahead and take it over for us.
Go to the Grit, get your sports. Like I said, get all your sports needs. So we going in. It's playoff time, so we're gonna go into some of the playoff, go into some playoff numbers and you know, some of the head-to-head matchup, you know, history between the teams and different things. So yeah, so just stay tuned. You know, sports.
All right, and on that note, man, this is you said what?
Tap in. You go to the page, check it out, see what I got up there right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, more stuff coming. So yeah.
Yeah, and on that note, this has been another episode 104 of the Average Guy podcast on the Average Guy Studios. Shout out to the Mixer family, shout out to the Facebook family, shout out to the Twitch family. Shout out
to those jerk offs on Twitch with a dick in one hand and the video game controller in the other. You know what I'm saying? Fucking lotion and shit, loser. Yeah.
And shout out to everybody that's listening to us on the podcast app, Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher, anywhere you get your podcast, Average Guy Podcast. You ever listen to us while you at work? Yeah, man. This is well, we'll see you Thursday. Y'all know how we do. Yeah. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, 9:00. Mondays is a sports episode on Facebook and YouTube. It's also now on YouTube. The schedule didn't change, but the platforms multiplied. And there you go. And on that note, man, we are out. Let me stop this YouTube broadcast real quick.